is already picked up. You are not allowed to use somebody else's name. AIT is already picked. And I start to be correct.
Just watch out, public. Just watch out for people that are defending these things. They are part of them. When Yomi casted, Yomi said part of them. When Yomi wanted to throw Supreme under the bus, something that many people know, say Supreme, they talk to King White, and if you're talking to King White while you are anti-justice, I don't want to know where you are coming from. That is King White's aim. It will not because he wants to be talking to you, act foolish. King White is not foolish. You understand? And Yomi wanted to cast her, say she dey work with Wunmi, she dey defend Wunmi, she dey do this, she dey do that. And he throw am under the bus. And even Supreme too won't let make we know say Yomi sef na money, na because of money. All the thing wey they talk na lie. Both of them cast themselves. They are all in the same WhatsApp group. Na public.
Now one thing where I no understand is how do people think all this, even let's say they committed that crime, let's assume, how do they think that these boys are foolish to the extent of they will come and talk, or removing King White from Adura, we make Adura talk. This, as in, I just don't understand how these people arrive here, or what kind of brain is in these people's brain, because it's so I don't even know how to say it. Like, somebody committed crime and you feel he will come and tell you some dollar brain, wow, ajé. Ẹ mú àdúrà kúrò, ẹ mú King White kúrò lọ́dọ̀ àdúrà, ẹ mú àdúrà lọ fún bàbá ẹ̀, torí ẹ̀ ló máa yẹ sọ̀rọ̀. No. Bullshit, as in bullshit. People just need to be smart and think fast. Our me 2 years.
What you no, I am not. I don't need to go that far. With you, Mr. Larry. You understand? The only problem I had, I've done it and I've addressed it, and that's it. That I am happy. That's what I said, that I didn't put my money in that foundation then, because it's not even registered. You know, and that's the only misunderstanding we have. If me being honest, saying the truth is what is making you angry, your anger will go far. Because I will not bow down for lies. And I will not compromise, nothing with that. So that's the only problem. And I made it clear, you know, all those things. I didn't write to CAC. I didn't even go that far. No. I only checked on my phone here in UK here that you said you were registered. And I found out that, yes, you was registered. You said your feeling is active. And I said it's not active. You said it's active. I said, no, it's not. And I brought out the evidence, and since that moment, you dislike me, or whatever you want to call it. But that is your own cup of tea. My own cup of tea is that I know that I'm standing on the truth. And that's what
like I tell off, man, the evidence kings, between the two of them, I don't know who get it receipt back.
Hold on, Black Rabbit, hold on. But like I tell, to be candid, number one, I just don't want to be caught up in the webs of see people fighting and all that, because I had no issue with African TV. I have no issue with the IT guy. You are the one that was having an issue with them and all stuff like that. So whatever I say is going to be so loud.
Don't use the word "I'm the one" that is having the problem. I don't know.
No. That's all of you. Okay, all of you are having issues. They have an issue with you or whatever. You have an issue with them. But the thing is this: I understand the stance of African TV. All right. See, number one. I don't know. Maybe there's a mistake that African TV have done in the past.
We have made mistake now in the past at some point.
TV should be given a chance as well. You need to be given a chance.
I'm not disturbing that. I've said what
in the sense that, people cut him off. I won't lie to you. At the initial stage, I guess there was a this thing in the military, a coup.
Cool.
They plotted a coup against him.
I didn't even know. I
was aware. I gave a breakdown of his situation.
I didn't know nothing about
Boss man, don't you got
I've never spoken about African. About him.
I don't even know.
So I don't know. It was on music. We were talking about AI. They were dragging him. So I went up.
AI.
Break down happened. And I never knew that he was on the window listening to what I was saying. So he came up and I asked him, whatever I said, is there anything wrong with whatever I said? He said, no. He never knew that I was aware about all those things. I was. But I don't talk. I don't say anything about it. I have nothing against it. But the fact is just that, I guess, seeing that the foundation that you wanted to build up back then is the same that we're not clamoring, saying you or me and all stuff like that. Of course, it's going to get paid. But I guess you guys can just resolve this issue amicably, And as I was asking you to come up at that time, if you guys you've come up, you will have cleared things out.
And
your voice it won't have gone this way. You can always resolve. There was a miscommunication.
When did you ask me to come up? When?
I got on IT.
Yeah, but you were there now. You were there listening to him saying that I'm not going to bring Lagata up now. So
I told him to be here.
Yeah, but he didn't know.
At the point, I thought you should have written it in the comment section. You sent the request.
I sent the request, but he didn't pick me up.
The new narrative now, and I say,
and when I saw that this was getting rowdy, I had to get down for
he didn't pick me up because he was just trying to sell a wrong narrative and people should fly with it, you understand? And again, it's just gang, like IT guy, African TV.
Which one is IT guy on again now? Which one is his own? He looks somehow.
Yeah, he's with African TV now. None of that. Look, Bossman. I don't know that there's a lot that happened in the past where everybody have taken their falls, everybody have taken their L, everybody have moved on with what they want to move on with. You understand? It shouldn't. Why are people still holding on to things? Okay, you want to talk about you being dragged? Am I not being dragged for wrong things? Have I not been lied upon? Have I not been in, position where I shouldn't even be in the first place? So why are people still dwelling on it? Just because Lagata, they want people to just name me as a bad person, but I'm not even a good person either. You understand?
You wrote a letter to the CAC, but I have been waiting to hear them play that part. I've not seen it. Maybe they played it when I was not there.
Have you listened to it?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, it's a lie. You were there on that live throughout now. I was there too, in the comment section there.
I got up the live to go.
No, at least after when she dropped that she was going to go and bring it, with my timing, you were still there for an hour or something.
Yeah, but she never came back when I left.
Because that's a lie. I don't know if you were there. I already said it yesterday. The only thing I said was I was happy that he didn't use his foundation to scam people in Justice for Mohbad. And
I saw some short stuff you guys did.
Yeah, that's what I said. And I
saw that you were calling my name, but I was like, your shit was already over. I only saw bloggers. I saw it.
Yeah. I call your name out.
I saw the pieces when you were like, I should come up. I said, your show was already over.
I'm inviting you to come up now. Because obviously.
Yeah, I said when you were doing the live, I was not available. I only saw the blogs when the bloggers posted it.
I called your name and I shared the live to you. Because obviously those questions that you were asking on IT Guy, at least it's my platform. I can answer those questions. You understand? That was the reason why I was trying to get you to join the live. You understand? So it was just obviously they know what they're doing. They thought that I was the one who blocked African TV in Justice for Mohbad, forgetting that at some point everyone in Justice for Mohbad, at least 89% of people in Justice for Mohbad really got upset and didn't follow African TV because of the MOU thing that was signed.
I thought you and African TV, you both of you have settled it last year.
Yeah, on Zara, but
you guys settled it.
He still keep his
I
pain.
know,
Everywhere he goes, he still mention my name, and he said there's no way he's going to talk about his foundation that he's not going to mention my name, right? He said that. Even after he has apologized, I've said sorry to him as well. Every day I've moved on. I've not even addressed his matter again or talk about it. But for every single time that he has been mentioning my name, I didn't even respond until this one. I'm just hearing their new narrative since 3 days now that I wrote a letter to CAC, blah, 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 you know? And it's just all bullshit, hatred, jealousy. I don't know. He even tried to change narrative that I was blocking his foundation because I wanted to use my own foundation in justice for Mohbad. No, I don't get that capacity, African TV. My only foundation I do is to help people individually, you know, and for my own community, you know, just to help people that are struggling, you know, what's it called? Children that go to school, couldn't afford their school fees and all sort of things like that. And that's, I just used my own little what's it called? Change.
Hey.
So I had never had any. Have you, Bossman? Have you heard Papa Mohbad saying that I introduced my foundation to him, or you had anybody's or Muiwa since when you were all like? We're all in structure group or talking about justice for Mohbad. Have you ever heard me mention anything that has to do with my foundation?
No, not at all. Anyway, there's something that I want to say regarding to you guys, your issues, but I won't say it on your platform. I won't. Both of you are in the box. If you guys are in the box together,
I don't think I'm
then I can ask.
We can share the live to him if he can.
Share the live to him.
Even respect, you know. Yesterday, you see how he was being disrespectful. I still respect him, and I just don't want to go that route. I don't want to like shout or anything, whatever. I don't have problem with him. The problem I had was long done. And me, once I see something that I'm not happy with, I'm able to say it out, and that's it, done and dusted. I don't need to visit it again. So he's the one that just dwelling on it, that probably because he didn't achieve his whatever, and he believes that I was the reason that he didn't achieve it. But at least don't lie. Don't say you have evidence that me I wrote to CAF, blah, blah, blah. I've listened to him one day saying it was Aries that have done it, and his cohort. He was saying to Paparano that it was Aries that's done it, blah, blah, blah. Now you're saying it's Lagata. You know, it doesn't make sense. You're just looking for an excuse to massage.
If African TV can come up, then there are a few questions and more clarity that I will say, because I won't see.
Please,
comment section are not helping at all.
Everyone share I can off the comment section. Everyone share the live to African TV. At least for him to know the difference between having a personal vendetta and having to just set the record straight. And that is, I moved on. I wish him all best of luck. He should change he should put AFFFF or something, add it to a foundation. They will pick it.
And
if it's available.
Please don't mute comment section, or I have to rely on my warriors.
Comment section is loud, man.
No, don't.
If he wants to come to have a dialogue to talk about in a more mature.
I knew that person, that lady was from
Lagata.
Now I believe
anything against him.
Now I believe,
and that's about that.
Because now Lagata has updated from his,
and I don't wish him bad. So whatever he wants to do,
wow.
The sky is too big, for for everybody to go their own way and do their own thing. What they fail to realize is,
have mentioned.
I've said what I need to say. I didn't put my money there, and I had a platform, and I was telling my people that, look, this is what I found out, and yes, it's all different, and I told him his mistake. Whereas I stand to be corrected. Look, in that case, you can say I used to be registered, but I'm not registered again. But we can actually help to register again to fight this justice for Mohbad. That will have solved the whole everything. You understand, Bossman? Rather than you saying that I have a Tesla at home like at time when you come to Canada, you take money ride with Tesla. Kinikon. I say, okay, I'm not looking towards okay, when I get to Canada, I will jump in with Busman who will take me out on a Tesla. When I reach out and I see this Jim, I'm gonna ask you now, bro, what about the Tesla that you said that, and you're not saying, So
wow.
Do you understand?
Africa TV need to understand that those that he puts in his foundation.
He mentioned my name.
There was a secretary. They were the one that saw his downfall.
The first time Gracie would come on TikTok to speak, on TikTok, Bossman, it was on my platform. Gracie was on FYP.
Can you hear?
When I was talking about this foundation of African TV, what I find out, and I was showing the receipt and everything. And Gracie sent request. That was the first time I know who is Gracie. And he said, good afternoon, everyone. I'm listening to you on FYP, and I just have to drop that. I want to talk more about the foundation. And that is how he introduced himself as the secretary or treasurer. Then, Kopeno, Detola Duque, also came down to say she was part of the whatever, and she was advocating. She was trying to say, no, I'm trying to find those recordings. And I have it because I have it in the group chat. So, and that's how both of them came to speak about the Detola was saying, no, African TV is good. They're trying to do this. And she was asking me, what is my concern? And I said, my concern was, then that was, you were saying you want to use Mohbad African Television Foundation. And that name is red flag. And he said, what do we suggest? I said, it could have been Mohbad Aloba Foundation or Immunization Foundation or something that has to do.
Because
that way, you are still going to be the CEO. Do you get? You are still going to be the one in charge. You have a brilliant ideas. According to what she was saying and what the African TV was saying.
About that
and that was what made me promise 1 million. That, okay, you know what? For your foundation, I'm going to put $1 million. The first time he spoke about it on Westo platform. I promised that, okay, you know what? This is a brilliant. We needed people like this in this justice for Mohbad. So, but Bossman, if he had come with a clean hand.
Who was like at that time?
I mean, probably at that time, taken another dimension.
Are you like a major,
right now.
Major person in the movement?
Like when you said that, I'm going to put Mohbad African Foundation.
Like, is that how you put $1 million?
I'm not happy with that name.
Because I never heard him saying he wants to give him $1 million.
Another those time was just to check our credibility. And when he was advertising African TV from registration, he was letting me to know that his registered is legit and everything like that. And I live in a country where we understand law. And he asked me to go and look him up on the internet. And I did. And I did check. I check. And when I check, I dig further and I find out that it was dissolved.
Well, you never check who you are, you never check Gorexi, you never check all these people that have...
I'm not even privy to all those things.
Yeah.
African TV I was just saying from a far distance.
Okay.
Right? Especially on Facebook. No, I was not on TikTok. I was on Facebook.
Yeah, that's true.
But whenever comes out on Facebook, is what I see.
What you see, yeah.
Yeah. The DNA part is I was rooting, okay, this man must be a big man, and blah blah blah.
Yes, now the same way. I was
rooting for him.
The same way, because those are the things we needed. You understand?
Mm-hmm. My mind tells me I don't block you. Vito.
I reserve my comment until both of you come on. You're on the same platform.
I can ask some questions. I have no, and I keep saying, if you want, I
was only involved. I only know when his name or personality was being crashing down. When it was crashing down,
that was when you
part of it. That was when
saw
it crash down. Also. And those that were involved and all stuff like that. He knows. He knows. But until when it comes, we don't feel we talk about it.
That was the error that he made, And then all those times he goes to all platforms back to back every single day, every morning, day and night to try and say the same thing, say this, like, okay, someone to be going around like this, be doing this, da.
But the truth is that it was a coup d'etat. It was a coup against him, and he also made some mistakes. That some funny things that
I would
he
say,
wasn't well.
I would say it was a coup, though, Bossman.
Like there are some. I know it was a coup. You need to know what I mean. That's what
I'm
talking
saying
about.
there might be coup there, but I don't think that is what actually trigger all these things. Because if someone has come out clean hand,
That's why I said, like that he too there's not a clarity on his own part, but they actually cool. People, do you know those are actually looking for his position?
do you know the time he came out about this foundation thing? Yeah. If he had now gone and register something, then with all those ideas he has, register it.
But it would have
Make
taken
it
time now.
professional.
October, November, Mohbad
It would have been a good thing.
To
And
register
it's
a
never too
company will
late.
take 6
And why is it not too
6
late?
months.
Instead of
Oh
you
my
dwelling
God. Wow.
in the past, why not accept your mistake and make a correction? Make corrections to it. It doesn't, it doesn't end there.
Wow.
But the moment you're dwelling, and trying to find excuse for your failure, you will never progress.
Wow.
TV is ready to change that name. In 3 months, I can get his stuff accredited.
Honestly, Bossman, I have two foundation, I have 2 NGO registered. It should just come with a clean hand.
The name African TV is the same name of African television that we use AIT.
Bro, I digged it out. And that is what I saw that made me think somebody is impersonating somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was
But I thought AIT is African Independent TV.
Exactly.
It's totally different now.
And what makes me feel it was a game, Bossman, was that
He's still saying that
when he
African
joined
TV is a
TikTok,
game. Which game?
he was on 333 followers.
Wow.
Right? And then when he spoke,
But that's the profiling.
he spoke very eloquent. It was so brilliant ideas. I was like,
Kọ́lọ́ ṣàánú wa lọ́wọ́ ẹni tó ń ṣọ́ wa tá a mọ̀.
he said, if we do DNA, I will give you 10 million. And anyone that knows what by Mohbad that have a concrete evidence, I will give them 50 million.
Wow. This
I'm
guy
like,
is
yes.
this thing serious.
For the first time, somebody in our country, in diaspora, is standing up for justice for Mohbad. That's what we need. That's what was needed.
Wow.
And I was happy.
As early as September,
So that
October.
enticed me. On that same live show, I went on his page.
Wow.
Only one video that was there.
Ọlọ́run jọ máa ṣọ́
And
mi
the
o.
video was African Independent Television, AIT, Bonge TV, this country.
On this page.
On African TV's page.
On his
November.
You hear wetin this guy dey talk?
on his TikTok page.
Yes.
That is impersonation, no. That is impersonation.
So I'm not for like, I been at this man, we get the AIT, but then I thought, no, Raymond Dokwesi now. Now he get AIT. So I now look and I say, okay, maybe he works for them. And I say, you know what? I don't know what his name then, right? I just type on Google.
Why digging? But you know dig.
African television. But he asked me to go and check. And that's why I was checking.
Hold on, let us address Mommy Adigun. Mommy Adigun, African Independent Television is so similar to African television.
Mommy Adigun, look, the people just make that mistake. And like I said, even me, I thought it was AIT.
It's so close.
Because I saw that advert. Maybe he just posted the advert there for whatever reason, I don't know. But my own understanding was to like make people think that. Even before I saw the advert, Bossman, I was thinking it's like it works for the AIT. Like somebody, like I was happy that yes, we needed this influence, somebody like this to help us in this justice from Mohbad. You know, and that was the honest truth. God should judge me if I'm lying.
That is really close.
That was what
African
happened.
TV.
So not
African
until,
TV.
and I dig, and I saw that I know even the Raymond Dokpesi did not register. He was not African independent. He didn't register it on that name. It was a guy called Larry Isamuji that have found his name that was registered in this country, and he has been dissolved. And Larry Isamuji is late.
How is Nigerian?
And this was the reason why I was questioning a lot of things. And when I ask him questions when he comes on live, the answers were not coming out straight, being defensive. There was a time he even sent me to my father. So it doesn't make sense to me. And that was the only reason why. That is why in this Justice for Mohbad, I said it earlier, whatever we do as a front runner, please don't lie. Don't put any lies out there. For what
it seems you have a lot of enemies, and then they really want to crash you down. But
I know.
I said something on the IT guy platform, and instantly I was getting a flashback. So someone was saying this is a lie.
If I remind,
I don't want to mention the person's name. I said something.
What did you say?
I said the first. What's it called? The first destiny ever that we did in Justice for Mohbad.
Virtual press conference.
The press conference.
I said
Lagata did.
Yeah,
somebody said in a lie. I said Lagata did. You missed. And I said after a week after that,
we now organized the one.
We organized the first ever on the land in physical press conference.
Yeah.
And we did not collect the dime from Baba Mohbad. We did that by ourselves.
Yeah.
Then we spent over $1 million on that. And the someone is still saying it's a lie.
We did banners, we did everything. Gracie was even like,
Gracie was the one that was running around making sure everything happened.
Yeah.
This thing is a lie.
It was not even Gracie's idea or Bossman.
It was on ground, so it was being helpful. It was helpful.
That we have to send dispatch rider to carry the banners and everything to him.
Yeah, exactly. When the person was saying that it is a lie, I was like, okay, it seems these people just want
who is the person now? So that they can.
No, don't worry. Don't let me mention. He's a
mention the name. Let us drag them.
We are not dragging now.
Don't worry.
Bossman, this is not. You see, there's a difference between stating the fact and dragging.
Don't worry. I don't need to mention it. Don't let us to concern and other parallel. But I guess the person will hear this, and then the person will know that
was the truth. I was the one who anchor and introduced on the meeting. Dumosu and Sanshitu.
Oh, you know their failure. You said you don't know them. You said you are not working with them.
Two television was present, and I sorted the bill.